Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to be showing you how I do my time remap. This is for mainly video games and Valorant. The actual time remap part you can probably do for anime, but you're going to want to do Twixter. And I have a tutorial for that linked in the description. So starting off, whenever you go to edit stuff like Valorant, you're pretty much just looking for key points in the clip that you can time remap and make look very, epic and sexy. So here I'm going to be using the pull out animation of the sheriff because I think it looks really cool. It's very flippy. I think that'll just look very nice in a edit. So you just want to cut when the animation starts and then cut it when it ends. Now my clip is 120 FPS. I recommend everybody to try not to use 60 FPS clips and to upscale the FPS of things. You do that via flow frames. I'll be making a tutorial on that soon if you want to wait for that. But if not, just look up flow frames tutorial. It's a free program. But as you can see here, I cut it up. So the very first thing you're going to do is turn on frame blending. So you're going to go here. You're going to click this button. You're going to click it twice so that it looks like this. And you're going to pre-comp your clip, Control-Shift-C. Control-Alt-T to bring up time remap. Bring the keyframe all the way on the right to match it up with like however your stuff is synced. Ease it, go into your graph editor, and this is how I like to do my graphs. I graph differently every time because every single song is different. But as you can see here, I think that looks pretty okay. If you want, you can move this a little bit so that the animation is, I wouldn't say more smooth, but I guess a bit more fluid. Or if you just want a very tight animation, you could move this close to the left and move this close to the right, and you'll get a very slow, I'd say kind of stiff looking clip, but I like mine about here. And so here, as you see, we did the pull out. From here, you're probably asking, what do you do next? Well, the thing you do next is figure out the other key point of animation. So here, it's obviously going to be the kill. So I do it about a frame before they actually click the button to shoot the gun. So as you can see there, they kill the neon. We're just doing the same thing again. Control-Alt-T, F9. And with these, I like to graph them a little bit slower. So I'll move this up and then I'll just put this really close to the right and straight down. So as you can see, it all kind of flows. This clip is very weirdly shaky, but honestly you're not going to see that with your effects and scales and everything. So that's how you do a sheriff. Just for tutorial sake, I'm going to show you how I'd also do a vandal. I actually ended up finding a very nice clip so that I can show you two things in one. So I'm also going to be showing you how I would time remap certain abilities. So here, for example, we have a sage slow. So it's pretty much all the same logic. You're just going to do key animation points. So here, when she pulls the orb out, I'm going to cut it like that. I'm going to focus on that animation, and we're going to do the same exact thing. This clip is in 300 FPS. I just got it from a different place. Also, if you ever want to find high FPS Valorant clips and you don't want to make your own, you can always just search up Valorant edit clips in description. You'll normally be able to find them there. And we're pretty much just going to time remap it the same way, just something like this. And the next key animation point here would be her throwing the orb. So I'm going to bring this up halfway, and considering how short this clip is, I'm going to make this pretty slow. And then she pulls out her vandal. Now, would I structure something like this for an actual edit? Probably not, but this is just kind of to show you multiple things. So she pulls out her vandal here. A pretty consistent one you're always really gonna do is pull out animations. Those always look pretty good. As you can see here, we're just doing the same thing. Now, when you go to remap sprays, you don't really want to remap it like everything else or it'll look a little weird. So here's just pretty much a full spray down. What you want to do is you actually want to time remap it very loosely. So here it's going to be sped up a little bit. So with everything else, you would do something like this, where it'd go really high up, really far down. But for specific spray downs, I like to do something a little bit more like this. As you can see, it's not just like super slow in the middle. It's just very loose, because if you don't do that, it just tends to look very awkward. And then for the final thing I'll show you here is just, as you can see here, she's reloading her gun. This gun has a very pretty reload. So it would be when she pulls out the weird, I say weird, but it's like just water, where she pulls out the like liquid, and then she goes and she puts it like that. Those are like the pretty cool key animation points. So I'm gonna cut it here when she starts to form that. Pre-comp, Control-Alt-T, and it's pretty much just all the same remap. I feel like this tutorial was really less about teaching you how to time remap, because time remap itself is pretty simple. It's just more about what you want to time remap and how to time remap certain aspects. And that's pretty much it. I really do hope that this kind of gives you an insight on how to time remap, what to look for when you're time remapping, what you want to edit, how you want to cut your clip, things of that nature, because that can actually be a lot more difficult than a lot of people would think. And like obviously all together here, I would normally add depth of field on all these clips, and from depth of field I would add RSMB, and then I would do my scales, my shakes, my effects, my post-processing, color grading, CC, everything like that. But just for the sake of this all, I'm just going to show you what this looks like just with RSMB. Like I said, I wouldn't really structure an edit like this, but this was just to show you everything I could. So here's what this all looks like. And like I said, pretty simple. I really do hope this helped you at all, and if it did, I would very much appreciate if you could like and or subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.